And now from our studios in downtown Winnipeg, it's time for 107 Live.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling.
One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, o'er hill and dale, telling the tale, gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here, ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling.
On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling.
One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising the sound, o'er hill and dale, telling the tale, gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here, ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling.
On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home.
On they send, on without end, their joyful tone to every home.
Ding dong,
Bong.
Live in the Diamond Lane, you just heard the voices of Sarah Klefstad, Jody Borley, Dan Roachgood, and Bill Quinn, the SnowTones, back in the Diamond Lane. Guys, that was another stellar performance. Perhaps the most swinging carol we've heard here on Classic 107 so far. Bill, let me invite you over to the microphone to chat a little bit about what the SnowTones have been up to and what you guys are doing this holiday season. It's so nice to see you guys back in here.
Always nice to be back here, Simon. Yeah, we've had a good season so far. Of course, highlight for me anyway is singing on chord. And we've had a great year, though. I mean, a year ago at this time, we sang with Winnipeg Symphony.
Yeah.
Which was a real hit. Somebody that you know well, Tad Bernacki, arranged those orchestral charts for us. And we had a great time singing at the Symphony. But since then, of course, we've sung the anthems of the Gold Eyes games, as we always have done. But what we're really kind of into now that's really been fun is house concerts.
Ah, nice. Those are all the rage these days, I feel like. There's a lot going on. What house concerts are you singing with this year?
Well, we've done a couple that have been really fun. One was at our friend Mariam Bernstein.
Yeah.
She's an actor in town, and hosted one at her place, which went really well. And out of that one came one that we did in South St. Vital.
Oh, sweet.
And we were able to gather about 50 pounds of food for Winnipeg Harvest as well.
Oh, good for you guys.
Which we're really happy about. But now it's on to the thing we've done the most since we formed in 2010.
Well, I want to chat a little bit about that because you guys are all busy individuals, busy choristers, busy people. That being said, this time of year is also busy. So what brings you guys coming back together every year? You guys have been doing this since 2010.
Yeah, well, you know what? For me anyway, it's the response of the people.
Yeah.
I don't think people hear a cappella live very often and right in front of your table.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day when I was substitute teaching, and he said, "How's busking going?" And to me, it's not really busking because we're paid to be there.
Yeah.
But it's, we rehearse and look at the talent here. As I say every time that I'm here, how lucky I feel to be able to sing with these people. And I think we have a sound that nobody else has in the city. And our arrangements are unique in the way that we perform and entertain people. We're not just standing up there in carolers' costumes. We're in sort of a more contemporary look. And what we do is somewhat unique. And I think that's something we're celebrating, and people seem to really respond to that.
Well, I've been out for dinner on Corden Avenue, and you guys have walked in, and like the people's faces at the tables around me, they just light up with excitement, maybe a little bit of nervousness, but ultimately they just, well, you never know when a group of 4 people walk in singing. You never know what you're going to get, but then once you guys start singing, people tend to melt. I'm curious, what kind of responses have you guys gotten over the years?
Well, we've got anything from a standing ovation at Cafe Carlo to people buying us desserts, to Irish coffees, to shooters, to cash tips, to you name it. And people are really genuinely happy to see us. Last year there was a table of women from Women of Note, the women's choir, and really enjoyed our singing. Christina's, for example, opens their doors even though they might have a private party for us to sing.
You get to crash those. That's kind of nice. Yeah. Exclusive invite only, unless you're the SnowTones.
Yeah, and that's right. And that what's the name of that new cafe that we sing in that has such great acoustics in there?
The dessert one?
Yeah.
Across the street from Christina's.
Yeah.
Cocoa Bean?
Yeah.
Cocoa Bean? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, who really love us there. And, we were in one earlier this month where it was almost all students studying.
Yeah.
And, I'm happy to say, they all look up.
Yeah.
Make.
That's
Make.
the one.
Gotta love
yeah,
Make,
yeah,
the
yeah,
architecture
yeah,
coffee
yeah,
place.
that's
I
the
wrote
place,
many
yeah.
a paper
Yeah,
in that
those-
coffee
there you
shop,
go.
I can tell you. Yeah.
Why do you go to a coffee shop
knew?
for the great acoustics?
Yeah, absolutely. Who knew? So, I mean, we just heard a swinging rendition of the Carol of the Bells to begin things, and I mean, like, my Ukrainian heritage is going like, all right, well, that was a new take, and I really enjoyed it. Have you guys always been doing the jazzy arrangements of carols? How did this start back in 2010?
I think this one was Sarah's idea.
Yeah?
Sarah brought it to the table one day when we were walking. I think we were just walking down Corden, and she said, hey, why don't we try, because we all knew Carol of the Bells, right?
Yeah.
Very famous carol that we've all sung in various choirs, and she said, why don't we swing it a little bit? And we tried it as we walked down Corden to our next stop, and it kind of fit. And we did it with the Winnipeg Pops Orchestra 2 years ago when we sang with them.
So I was just curious, in terms of these other arrangements that you guys are doing, are you actively seeking out new stuff? Is it just you're kind of walking in between performances and it comes to you in a vision as it did for Sarah there? I mean, if there's an arranger out there listening going like, wow, 4-part a cappella, I haven't had a chance to write for them and I've got this great new rendition of Frosty the Snowman kicking around. Can they come and seek you guys out?
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you, Jody.
Yeah.
Something that we it was planned for us to perform at this year, but clash of schedules with Winnipeg Singers, unfortunately, and the Jazz Orchestra changed the date. We were supposed to perform with Winnipeg Jazz Orchestra this year. Again. And they want us next December. And with some funding from the Foundation for Choral Music in Manitoba to help us do the charts. If we've got some great arrangers out there. Would love.
So can they?
Yeah.
Can they ever?
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you. I want to thank you guys so much for coming again in this year. Can I ask you guys to sing one more before you make your way out onto Corden Avenue to go sing some more or something like that?
Absolutely.
What are we going to hear?
We got a little Winter Wonderland for you.
Well, here you go on this frosty Wednesday afternoon. The SnowTones performing Winter Wonderland.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening, a beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the new bird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, and pretend that he is Parson Brown.
Howdy, Parson. Good to see you.
He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job while you're in town. If you're around later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland.
A perennial favorite in the Diamond Lane. You just heard the SnowTones. Sarah, Jody, Dan, Bill, thanks all for coming by and spreading your festive cheer.
From our studios in downtown Winnipeg, you've been listening to 107 Live, Classic 107's Intimate Concert Series, the soundtrack for your life.